We've got 5 orders to pack, but how quickly can we get it done? I've been constantly finding that I'm kind of taking longer than I need to with like basic tasks in my eBay processes. And it's the one thing I'm actually now trying to like iron out. So if I can streamline some of my eBay processes, I don't mind, like, I'm not trying to like make my break time efficient. Like, that's time to chill, that's time to relax. But like when I'm actually in the chair or when I'm actually working on the job or in the business, I want to be efficient. I don't want to be wasting time or dilly-dallying here and there. So in this video, I'm going to explore ways that we can improve our time. What sort of things have I done? And hopefully you guys can pick up a thing or two along the way. First sale, Greg Norman vest knit number 86. Let's head over here. What have we got? 84, 85, 86. There we go. There's the Greg Norman. Only sold this guy for £6, but he's been there for a long time, so I'm happy to get him gone. Sort of doing a clear out on all the older stuff. Same again here. This next one was an Acco vintage bow tie made of silk in England. The guy actually reached out to me asking, can I measure this part of it? Because he actually just wants the material for another kind of craft project. So I did that, and then he purchased the item. So that's going out to you. Thank you very much for reaching out to me, Oliver Harrison. I'm not sure if you want to shout out, but love your name. Foofies. This next one, again, I've had for a little while. Ulos recorder, £6 paid, made in Japan. He's actually up here in this thing right there. There you go. I thought they were going to be worth like so much more money because they were made in Japan. But then after doing my research, they weren't. I can't remember how much I paid for these. I think it was only like 99p for each of them. I had another one as well that was much bigger, and I've already sold that one. So finally got this one gone as well. £6. £1 into 6 after postage and everything, fees, I don't know, maybe a quid or two back. But it just shows that not every item that I've picked up in the past has been a gem or has been what I thought it was going to be. At the time, I was seeing all the signals that this was a great item to pick up. There was previous solds, there wasn't many listed. It seemed like there was like a high demand or at least a decent sell-through rate that I was happy to get on board with, or my risk tolerance was happy to accept. But then as time tells, they don't sell. Certain things do that maybe you didn't expect to sell, and you continue to learn like what is actually worth picking up again, because it's something I've been trying to learn. And Simon Smith, gentleman marketeer, absolute legend. I've been watching a load of your videos recently, and you really talk about like improving the knowledge and that you don't need to be picking up a new thing every time. Like once you know what sells, you can just keep picking up that same item everywhere that you go, or at least like a similar kind of item. Whereas I've been very much under the mindset of like, I always need to find something new. What am I going to find today? What, like always researching something. And like, that's good because you like expand your knowledge. But if you already know what sells, just keep buying more of that thing. So now I know that this recorder, Acco bow ties and Greg Norman things don't really sell very quickly, and they don't really sell for a lot. I'm not going to pick them up again in the future. But now I know this, I've learned this, and now you can learn it through me too. So don't make the mistake of picking up this kind of junk unless you're happy for this kind of sell-through price. But I'd rather have 10, 20, 30 pound sales, and it makes it much more worth my time. And the only way to get there is just to be harsher or stricter about what you source. So just don't pick up everything. Like if there's a whole bundle of stuff, a few items of it are good for your business and a few of like the majority of them are junk, just say, can I have these few items, and like still pay the amount they were asking for the bundle. That way you just avoid having to handle all the junk and you get the gold items for your eBay. Because I did this in the past. I picked up way too many things, and then half of it was junk, and I still thought like, oh, because I've got it, I might as well list it. And then you waste all this time like listing these rubbish products to your eBay store. And I've learned a lot since then. I've cleared a load of that stuff off, taken it off of my eBay, either sold it through 99p auctions or put it onto Whatnot, or either donated it back to the charity shop. But it was just a point I was trying to make clear, that just because something's sold in a video doesn't mean that it's actually a good item for you to go and pick up. So these 3 items are a perfect example that, to me, I'm not saying you should go and pick these items up, because personally, I'm not going to pick them up again if I see them out in the wild. Even if they're like really cheap, I just don't really want like £6.99 items, £6 items in my store. It doesn't make it worth my time to sell these items through. And I'll compare them with the next sales so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about. The next sale is a speed stack set with 12 Pro Series cups, WSA cups, lock grip mat, and a timer. Thank you very much, Luke. We sold this one for $29.99. They used a 20% off coupon for $23.99. That is over here. Little bit mixed match, but I believe it's the one with the lock. Yep, that one. It's this one right here. So I actually bought like a whole bundle of this before. There was loads of cups, all mixed and match. A bunch of these timers and like some of these grip mats here. And then only a few of them came with like these locks where it holds all the cups together. But essentially it's for like speed stacking. So you'd like stack all the cups up into a pyramid, tap the sides of each thing. And then like you can time yourself to see how long it takes you to actually stack it. And there's like whole championships about this stuff. I'm sure you've seen clips and things online. But I didn't realize how big this actually is. Now, I've already sold a few of these. Like one was for $34.99 and it had 2 sets of the cups in it. Another one was for $29.99 in the past before I had a coupon running. This one sold for $23.99. It would have been $29, but it had the 20% off coupon. But happy to accept it, get it moved on. I whacked the coupon on because my sales were slowing down. And since sticking the coupon on, I have noticed a little bit of a bump up. But again, I'm accepting 20% off of the original asking price. So make of it what you will. You get more sales, but you don't get the full asking price. But the point is, this is something that I would pick up again because it's sold through within the month. I think I've had it listed for 2, maybe 3 weeks, and then it's sold through. And I've already sold 2 or 3 other sets of this within that time from the bundle of it that I had. And it's very profitable. I think I paid £5 for everything. And this one like covers that cost and we're in profit. So we're well into the profit with this already. And as you can see, there's still plenty more of sets to go. Yes, I know your counterpoint that you're going to make down in the comments saying all the sales add up, even the little things add up. And I get it. Like you add £6, you add £6, you're into 12, you add another £6, you're into 18. But those 3 sales right there, all added up, is £18. This one sale is $23.99. So if I can just get 3 of these kind of items to sell, or 3 of this price point item to sell at $23.99, instead of 3 of these at £6 each, we're going to be in a much better situation, and it's going to be well more worth our while. And we're actually going to be excited when we see a sale come through on eBay. So just be stricter on what it is that you pick up. Obviously, it's an ongoing process. You might have already picked up stock like this. Like I'm still working through this backlog of stock here. Look at all of that. There's so much for me to get through that like I need to sort of check it as I go. And then I just mean the next things that I do source or that I do pick up, I'm not going to be picking up junk. Like I'm only putting on stuff that I think is good, stuff that I think is going to sell through quickly, stuff that I want to sell through for a certain price point. And then you just got to have the discipline. You got to be strict. If it doesn't fit the price point, or it doesn't fit the sell through rate, or it doesn't fit what it is that you want for your business, or like the risk tolerances, like I mentioned before, that you want to set for yourself, then don't do it. Don't pick it up. Don't list it. Find another way to sell it, because it's just going to reflect in your business. You're going to have all these items listed. Like I was looking at my store the other day thinking, oh, there's like 15 grand's worth of stock listed. How can I get that to sell so that I have 15 grand? And the reality is that not all of those items are priced correctly. So all the good items must be priced correctly, or there's not enough demand for them because they would have sold through already. So I either need to go in, lower the prices and try and sell them with a different method instead of trying to be the premium listing, be like the most competitive listing. Then the other reality is the other half of it that isn't good stock, that might be overpriced or mistitled, is probably crap or probably wasn't the right kind of item to pick up. Like I probably didn't do enough research into it beforehand. I just thought I had gold. Looking on the screen there, these are a perfect example actually. Like these things here, I thought these were awesome. Like I saw Nike, I was like, wow, these are a cool funky pair of shoes. Like Nike React, I think I paid like $2.99 for them. So I was happy to pick them up, sort of take a risk on it. But then I've had them for 60 days now, maybe. It's in its sort of like final cycle, coming through up to 90 days. It's got a 20% off coupon on it. It still hasn't sold yet. Like along with a load of other stock, but this is just a prime example of something that I thought would sell through quickly, especially with the like spring and summer and everything that happened. And I've reduced it. It's going through my markdown sale like tactic, but it still hasn't sold. So what do you do at this point? Do you just continue to wait? Do you continue to list new items? That means you're still spending money on sourcing new things, unless you've got like a strong backlog like I've got. But it's an interesting sort of like debate of what is the best way to approach it, and like there is no one best way, there is no one fits all. Everyone does it their own different way. Like some people like to pick and pack first thing in the morning, other people like to do the photos first thing, other people like to list first thing. Everyone's got their own ways of doing stuff, but we just need to find ways to actually maximize our money, maximize our time, maximize our efforts. And that's what I'm trying to talk about in this video. And one of the ways to do that is to pick up higher priced items from the get-go so that you don't end up with these cheaper items in your store. That's tip number one. The next item we sold, will you believe it? I actually found these put out on someone's wall on the street. I'm guessing it was free to take. That's essentially what loads of people do around here. They put stuff out on the walls for people to take, especially uni students when they're moving house. So I found these on a wall. I took them home. I've washed them up, cleaned them all, perfectly fresh. We've listed it and it's sold for £70. Nigel Caborn men's trousers, 32 authentic England, 100% cotton with a little strap waist. Custom label 216. Let's head over here and pick that one out. That is, it's not in the new box, it's in this box, 216. It's nice and easy to grab out. Nigel Caborn, £70. So a zero cost of goods with this one, £70 sell through price. I think there was like £11, maybe even £14 fees. I think we took like £58 home. So then after postage, that's probably £3 or something like that. £50 from something I just found on the street, took home, cleaned it up. That's the customer service. I'm doing the cleaning up, presenting the item for the customer. They've then purchased it and I've collected the profit. It's one thing that I've had to become stricter on myself for as well, is these street pickups, these street finds, because there's all kinds of stuff out there. There's stuff that's like half beaten up and you kind of talk yourself into like, could I bring that back to life? Could I give it to someone? Could I like sell this on after refurbishing it or something? But I think we all know that if we take on those projects, they just like stack up and we put them into the corner and they never get done, because reselling demands so many different things from you all of the time, like especially when you're trying to do content as well. And if you've got other endeavors as well that all add up on top of this, like not just selling on eBay, but Whatnot or Etsy or other platforms, all of these kind of things, like it all stacks up and demands your time. So then if you start taking on these like strange projects of like having this good faith that you want to restore items for the sake of humanity, it just doesn't ever add up. And then it's not feasible for your time, it takes away from your business and all this stuff. So even though there might be some money in it, it might feel like you're doing a good job, like you need to really work out, like, is it worth your time? And like, you need to figure out how much your time is worth in the first place. Prime example for me, and we can compare the two, these Nigel Caborn trousers, £70 we just sold them for. Cost me nothing, nice and small, easy to pack, easy to process because it fits into what I'm already doing with clothing and stuff like that. And then compare it to something I picked up the other week, which was a baby car chair. And I did do some checks on it. I made sure that there's no cracks in the foam or anything. It hasn't been in any major accidents or anything like that. So it should be safe to use again and to sell on. But still, I'm now learning that that's a whole like loophole and a whole like difficult thing of trying to ensure and guarantee it, because ultimately it's a child's safety. And now I'm like, I wish I never picked this thing up. I'm probably just going to put it out on the street for someone else to try and take it, because I don't want to take the risk of adding something onto my eBay business which could jeopardize me, it could jeopardize someone else. And it's the same reason for like bicycle helmets. I've got some of those, but I haven't listed them yet. I'm just still a bit on the fence about, do I want to take on this risk? Like, do I negate the risk if I say, like, this is down to you if you buy it? Like, is that really strong enough? When we know that people don't read the descriptions or the item specifics, like, how clear am I going to have to be? Like, I'd have to message them before they even buy it. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's just, you could avoid all of that stress by just not picking it up in the first place, be strict on what you source, and not listing it. Where if you do pick it up, be strict on what you actually put into eBay. So even though you're strict on what you source, when you get to listing it on eBay, it might still not be worth it for you. So this whole thing, I was like, right, I'll list this, it'll be worth it. It's like £70 or something. And then now I've got it. I've had it for 2-3 weeks. I still haven't listed it. It's just sat downstairs, taking up space. And yeah, there's a prime example. Just because it's free doesn't mean it's worth picking up unless it already fits into the process of your business. Otherwise, it's just going to throw a spanner in the works. It's like, it doesn't fit in the way that I'm already doing things. If it doesn't fit on this board to photograph it, and it doesn't fit in this light box over here for me to photograph it, then I don't want to pick it up. It doesn't go into my business. And that's the same of like why these golf clubs have sat over here for so long, because I just don't have the place or the process to photograph them. I mean, I could put them up against this board to like photograph them here, but still, I don't know. Then you're going to see the bottom, and like the bottom doesn't look great. It's like two mix matchy bits of carpet. Like, it's all a work in progress, guys. You know what I mean? We just like make it work with whatever it is what we got. But that's tip number 2. Just because it's free doesn't mean it's worth putting into your business, or just because it's worth loads of money and you can pick it up doesn't mean that it's worth picking up either. It needs to fit into your processes. It needs to fit into your current situation. You need to have the storage for it and the confidence to know about the item. I've definitely picked up things like that car seat, for example, that I had no idea I even needed to check these sort of things. And I'm glad someone pointed it out to me. Otherwise, I could be the one liable for someone else's risk or damage or injury. So always check what you're doing and be strict on what you pick up. Back to packing these. These two straight into a bag. This one into a tiny little box, this one into a medium box and a medium box. Now I'll just go and grab 2 medium boxes, 3 bags, we're sorted. The bags are just down here, so I'll just get into this one. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh no. The tie's not going in a bag, it's going to go in a little box. Don't have any bubble wrap at the moment, so I'll be using newspaper to pad stuff out. I'll pack these up out the way, and then we'll grab the boxes for these.
Okay. Trying to back in time, and we trying to make it fast. Trying to make it rhyme, but we gotta make it last. We got 5 orders on the line, and they paid in cash. We did 139, but you never asked, did ya? We pack in with boxes and bags. We go into riches from rags. And how to accomplish my plan with the eBay award in my hand, yeah.
Vote Tommy T, yeah, vote, yeah.
I mean, if this isn't what this is made for, then I don't know what is. I'm so glad I save all these random bits of cardboard, because it's just a perfect lineup. Look, we've got this to pack. This is going to go in there. We'll wrap some newspaper around it. Just grab some extra little cardboard to try and pad it out or cover the ends if we need to. But job's a good one. Vote for me in the eBay Business Awards 2024.
I'm in the startup category. Links in the description of this video. It's all over my Instagram. Find the link and vote, you hear? Back to the table and it's time for round 2. Spitting out a fable while I'm packing up a loot. Whack 'em on the scales and we print a label. Then we got a speed stack bundle coming through. A big next sale, that's what I'm hoping. Bread and butter items, but at least I'm coping. Hopped onto Vinted and I gotta start scoping. The next time you'll see me is at the eBay Open. What?
Done, dusted, no more orders to pick or pack. We've got an offer to send out. Let's see what it is. John Lewis pure linen trousers. We've got them up for $29.99. Let's send an offer. What offer would you send? I'm going to send $22.99. Let's see if they accept. So I'll get these sent off, come home, get 10 listed from here. Then I'll still have 10 left in the drafts. Then I'll switch over, get 10 photographed, put away into storage, like these ones up here, into the drafts for the next day. It might not be a perfect system, it might be better than yours, but who knows? So far, so good, it's working for me, it's helping me get back up to speed with things and staying consistent. That's the key point, is staying consistent. I was really trying to like grow the YouTube stuff and focused a lot on the YouTube side recently, and then that did allow the eBay side to slip a little, and then I don't want to like pick back up the eBay side and allow the YouTube to slip away. So I'm trying to make sure that I balance the both of them. And the earlier that I can get up and get on with the eBay stuff, get orders processed, listings sorted, photographing done, then I know that the eBay side of things is finished and I can switch over and still get YouTube side of stuff out as well. But it comes back to the theme of this video. I wouldn't be able to balance doing eBay and YouTube if I wasn't trying to manage my time. Now, I am not perfect at managing my time. I make mistakes all the time. I procrastinate. I say I'm going to do this thing and then I get caught up and I do a load of other things. Or I focus on like one thing, and then all of a sudden I've said yes to 10 other things and I've stretched myself way too far. But I'm not like saying it's bad for me to say yes. It's great because you get all this experience from stuff, but it really does put some pressure on you, and it can like stress you out. So I'm trying to realize, like, what do I need to say no to? What can I actually like take control of? How do I get my time back? How do I like create some free space for just thinking space and like allowing nothing to happen? Rather than feeling like something always needs to be happening or I need to be working away at something. Obviously, I've taken on a massive project. If you don't know already, the UK Reseller Charity Shop Championship 2024 is now announced and available. There's a post over on Instagram. Follow me, TommyTrades96 over on Instagram. And there'll be a post there. You'll be able to see all of the rules lined out, everyone involved. But we've got some of the top UK resellers involved in this. It's going to be absolutely epic. Looking to release episodes throughout August, so make sure you keep your eyes peeled for those. But even that is a prime example of like, okay, I'm already kind of stretched, but I have this amazing idea. And if I don't do this idea now, it's probably never going to happen. So I need to do it now. And that's like one of those things that like, if you've got fire, if you've got electricity in a bottle, you need to like use it. You need to disperse it. There's no point trying to like keep it held up or bottled up. You need to get your ideas into motion and make them happen. Otherwise, they're always just going to be put away on a shelf. And when are you ever going to pick those things up again? You need to do it. If you really want to do something, just go for it. Learn on the way. If you don't have the confidence right away, good. You should pick up the confidence as you go. If you don't know everything yet, good. You'll figure it out as you go. So get started on whatever it is you're trying to do. And then all of this like efficiency talk, improving your time, improving your processes, improving like how quickly you can start something after the idea comes into your mind. All of this is going to come from experience and from just getting some reps in, getting your feet on the ground, in the action room, pack the orders, pick them, time yourself, try and do it quicker and quicker and quicker. I'm not sure if you were able to tell from the time lapse, but while I'm printing the label for one order and that's printing out, I'm packing the next item. So there's literally no time wasted. Obviously, it's a little bit different if I'm filming a video or if I'm on a live stream. I'm not trying to be super quick, but maybe that because I'm trying to hang out with the community and I want to talk with you guys and I don't just want to rush through it and ignore you all. But maybe there's something we could experiment with in the future. We do the live show and then we do like a timed segment where everyone packs their orders and we see who can do it in the quickest amount of time. Like, that could be a fun idea. Stick around for the Monday 9 a.m. live shows if you want to get involved with that. And there you go. I used my time efficiently I was already packing the orders. I thought, why not film a video while doing this? It means I'm doing double the things. I'm working on my eBay business and my YouTube at the same time, rather than trying to carve out completely different segments of time and having that all add up and take away from the day. I've tried to stack them on top of each other. And that seems to be the most efficient way to do things. So there you go again. That's how I've tried to make today and this video even a time efficiency saving process. But if you've already figured out your processes and found like the most efficient way to do things, let us know in the comments below. Share your information. A rising tide raises all ships. So if we can all get a bit of this, we can all improve our businesses. But now you're feeling more confident in your processes, how you're going to save time, how you're going to make things more efficient, you need to make sure you've got the space to do so. And if you've never consolidated before, you need to check out this video right here where I go through that exact process.